Y'all, before we start, we're going to get a little picture off here with Aaron Grant.
Okay, thank you to Aaron. I appreciate you being here. We appreciate our relationship with Kroger. Thank you for what you do for the Governor's Cup and what you do for us throughout the year. We're proud to be playing this game at Kroger Field here this weekend and trying to keep this cup here with us. So, big game this week. Excited about the opportunity. Very proud of the way our team played this past week. And, rivalry week is here, and need to continue that and play a very good game here this week. Coach Satterfield and their staff has done a remarkable job this year. This team's playing hard, they're playing good, so we have to be ready for a big game. I really didn't. I didn't really know Coach very well, before he got here, and obviously now really hadn't crossed paths much, outside of the contact period last year. Once we get into spring, we're not allowed on the road, so it's not like we've bumped into each other much yet, but I'm sure we will. But they've done a very good job. Like I said, I think the big thing is they're playing extremely hard. They're playing very, very tough and playing hard, and that's showing up there on the field for them.
How tough is that to step in? They had it in some secret. They were pretty bad last year. And to take for a guy to change the culture there.
I think it's very difficult. I don't think it's, I think every situation is different. I don't know about changing a culture. I mean, they've won pretty good. It seems like not too long ago we're sitting up here and they were a top 10 team. So they sat there and won 8, 9, 12, and 11 the previous 7 years. So pretty good. They've been pretty good, and they still have a lot of talented players, but he's still done a remarkable job. I'm not taking anything away from that, that's for sure.
Mark, I know it's a little bit early, but there's talk about you being coach of the year, considering what you've had to go through here, the quarterback issues, and other things going on. Give your thoughts about that.
Not at all worried about individual recognition. Just really worried about our team and finishing this season. Proud of the work that our assistant coaches have done, that's for sure. They've really worked hard and done a remarkable job, and our players have really bought in and done the things necessary to compete and to win. And again, we're going to need to put that together here this week and try to get one more. This is the big opportunity here for us this week with the rivalry.
Sorry about that. Hawkins and Atwell, they've had a
Ton of big plays for them. What did those guys do well for their offense?
Well, just two very good football players. Tutu is the type of player that can change the outcome at any given moment. Really has some elite speed, and they do a nice job of creating for him. Much like Lynn when he was at receiver for us, getting him the fly sweeps. They're going to get him the ball at least 2 times a game, maybe 3 on those. Just quick. Just easy access, getting him the ball, getting him in space. But he could run. He runs good routes. He catches the ball in traffic. He's really played exceptionally well. And Hawkins has been very physical running for him. They're much like us. They're committed to running the football. They want balance, and they've created some shots off of the run game, but they're committed to running the football.
Is this game important as far as in-state recruit? Do you see it as important as in-state recruiters, or do we overinflate that?
I think it's always important. I mean, I don't think there's any denying when you're playing a rivalry game that it's important. I've said that since day one. I understand the importance to our fan base and our community, our state, and our team. So it's always important.
the defense has done a good job of stopping running backs, but they've gotten a lot of what you have to call aggravating yards in the past on running quarterbacks. This guy can do the same. how have they put stress on you, and how do you kind of eliminate those opportunities?
Yeah, I think, again, that's everybody. When I used to take exception when you say it hurts you in with running quarterbacks, who doesn't it hurt? Tell me a team that it does not hurt with a running quarterback, because things break down, and somebody is elusive as Cunningham, and he has elite speed and makes us miss. He did it last year with the long run early in the game. So he's electric when things break down. But I think it just comes down to team defense. But you have to play good as a team. But what they're doing is they are committed to running the football with the running backs, and then you add in the option with the quarterback, and then you add in plays that break down in him scrambling. Put all that together, and it's a lot of stress, and just like you've seen some of our guys do as well. It's hard, but you have to play good team defense and be where you're supposed to be, and you have to tackle in the open field because they have some playmakers, and you got to be in good position, and you got to make good, clean tackles.
Off of the defensive side of Louisville's ball, who impresses you? What impresses you?
Again, I think what impresses me most is they're playing harder. They're playing much harder from a year ago, and you can see that they're getting good coaching, and so they got a bunch of guys running to the ball.
Mark, in terms of your own running quarterback, and you said Saturday, a good thing from the last 2 weeks in the scores, and you've been able to practice a lot of things that you haven't used in games yet. How much of an advantage does that give you?
I hope it can help us a bit. We didn't have to open up a whole bunch of the, anything new, or the way you dress it up, the way you present it. You're always looking for new ways to present. I think they do a nice job of that as well. They kind of do what they do, but they dress it up and present it to the defense different, and they do a nice job with that. And so I'm sure both sides will have a few little wrinkles, but both of us are going to do what we do.
Mark, when you all were recruiting Calvin Taylor, what did you see that made you think he was a project worth taking on?
Length, great length. That's the biggest thing. As you look at our football team, we do have some length, and need to. A year ago we had great length, and I think that was something that stood out to us. As people come and watch us, and other coaches come in, they sit there and look at us and pro scouts and look at the size of our team. You definitely want some length, and with Calvin, you saw a big athletic guy that we thought can definitely turn into an offensive tackle if we needed him to, but we actually needed him on defense, and he just kept on getting better and improving and working hard each year. So I think that's again, I mentioned it post game, but it's a great story for Calvin, because everybody talked about last year Josh and the development piece, but Calvin is equally as impressive with where he came from. Nobody was recruiting him, and we took a shot on him, and he did his part and worked extremely hard, and our strength and conditioning coaches have done a really good job with him, and he's coachable. He's taking the medicine, and he's getting better and better every day.
Mark, on that subject, when your program improves and you're getting better, and maybe a better group of recruits are now looking at you, how do you balance out taking guys like Calvin Taylor, who you can project long term, against a guy when you're maybe getting a better group of players who are looking at you?
Well, I think the big thing is for us is making sure we're more selective in who we feel like are good fits for us and the way we coach and what we're trying to accomplish here. And, with that accountability piece that we're pushing so hard. And I think that's a big piece of it. The talent threshold is always there. You always need to get guys that you feel are talented enough to help you compete. Obviously, you want to get as good a player as you can get. But then I think it's helping us be more selective in finding the guys with the right intangibles that we're looking for.
He's one of the seniors that'll be honored on Saturday. Last year's senior class got a lot of hype, but how has this one helped your program?
Well, this one's been, equally as impressive with the way they've helped us build this program. They had a lot to do with last year. All of them played. This is a smaller group. Just in numbers itself, it's a much smaller group. The attrition hit this class, but these guys have been exceptional leaders and great players for us, so we're excited to send them off with the last game of the year here being at home against Louisville, so it'll be a big opportunity.
Mark Lindbowden had a couple of breakaway runs. I was a little surprised he got caught.
Mm-hmm.
Is he okay?
Oh, he's fine. He's fine. That they had good angles on him on a couple of them. So, but he's good.
Of all the seniors that you'll be seeing get recognized on Saturday, with Jordan Griffin, we've always had to do with Devontae Robinson being injured. How impressed are you with the way he's progressed throughout the season as a leader?
Yeah, Jordan's been solid for us since he's been here. Just one of those guys that, within his group or within his class has always been somewhat of a leader and, strong in, in his beliefs and really helping the team and helping younger guys. So I'm proud of him. He's had to do a lot and doing some, through the years, he's done a lot of good things for us.
Where's Cash at?
Cash is good. He's, it's hard. Cash is one of those guys that he leaves everything out there. He practices so hard, he plays so hard, and he has some frustrations at times because some things he's getting beat up at times, and he's one of those guys. There's no question. Each year, last year he had surgeries and had to take care of his body in the off season. It took him a long time to get healthy. This year, as the year goes on, same thing. He has some ups and some downs and gives it everything he's got. And I'm really proud of Cash and what he's done and overcoming some adversity and things that maybe not everybody knows about. And, each individual is different and goes through some ups and downs and has a lot of, trials and tribulations and things going on in their personal life, in their own life, and in their families that are just very hard. But the young man gives us everything he's got all the time. We love him. He's a great teammate, and he's ready to go. He'll be back out there ready to go this week. So proud of him and the things he's had to overcome.
I know he will want to go through the pro days and do all this stuff to try to get have a chance in the NFL. But where do you maybe see him if that doesn't work out? Would he have an opportunity to come and help, or kind of how?
That's up to Cash and what he wants to do. I know it's hard to make those decisions right now as you go through a long and stressful season, and as you're beat up mentally and physically, as I mentioned, how difficult it is. I don't want him to make any of those decisions right now until he has the time, after this week to heal up a little bit, rest up. But I know it's hard for him because he plays so hard that his body just feels like it may be time to just move on to something different. But that's his decision, and when and where and how he wants to make it, that'll be up to him. But as far as working here or doing something with me, you never know. Certainly you love a guy like that and everything he's done for our program, so I would welcome that as well.
Mark, in terms of establishing an identity as a physical running football team, how important is Logan Stenberg in this program?
Logan, mainstay, for years and years, no question. With running the football, you better be physical and you better be tough inside. And, Logan has meant an awful lot to us. He just really plays exceptionally hard, and he's very, very physical, and he's been very bright, and he's done a lot of good things for us.
I know the fans have been frustrated with some of the penalties. Is that just, you have to take some of that to get a guy playing on the edge?
Well, I think there's no doubt. If I thought there was a lot of selfish intent, then we would have a bigger problem than we do. And a lot of times that's not the case. He understands that. He does not want to hurt this football team at all, in any way, shape, or form. And he's not selfish, but he plays it extremely nasty on every play. And he finishes blocks and he plays hard. And, I'll take that any day. So if there's issues, and not to say that there wasn't ever any one or two, through the years, we've addressed him. He understands that, and he takes the coach in and he moves on. But he's very unselfish.
Mark, on both sides of the ball Saturday in the trenches, the offensive line, defensive line, very impressive. Have you ever been part of a game coaching? We've had that happen with both sides.
Yeah, there was a one game I remember. at Florida State that we played Florida, and I want to say, and it was just felt like you had an opportunity to push them the other way about every series, and but that's about the last time I was at Florida State, Florida, at their place. I don't know what year, but it just felt like we had a chance to go push them back about every play. With this group, I felt like I think they had 10 yards at half, but a lot of that was a gift with the snaps too. But I did think we had, or I know we had 9 of the first 10 possessions. There was a lot of possessions. You've heard me talk, through the last couple of weeks about short amount of possessions. There was a lot of possessions. It was 10 possessions in the first half, and we went 3 and out or under on 9 of the 10, which was pretty impressive for the defense. And then we really moved to some younger guys quickly, right at the first series of the second half.
When you get to watch the film on some of those younger guys, who did some things that aren't necessarily in the stat sheet?
Yeah, I think, just as a group, I don't know if any one individual, Jared Casey probably played a lot of snaps and did some really good things, and he's been up practicing and ready to go, all year. I think he stood out, really played well, did some good things. I think Isaiah Gibson showed some flashes, and Kavan, but all those guys have played hard and worked hard this year.
Louisville's had, I think about 11 plays of 50 yards or more. They're explosive. That's been tied for third, 40-yard plays or less. Keeping. Does that just shake out that way? I mean, I know you coach, you don't want explosive plays, but is there something specifically that you do to kind of keep that?
Well, you're correct. They've had a lot of explosive plays. I want to say 41 going into before this past week in maybe 6 games of 20 or more. And I want to say they had a boatload against Syracuse as well. So they've had a lot of explosive plays. They really have. And they're balanced in them. It's not just in the pass game. They've had a lot of explosive runs. And that's where I say their commitment to the run game kind of opens up some opportunity, because they will keep on pounding and keep on handing it off and chopping wood in the run game and create some explosive that way, and then it also opens up some shots down the field. So I think with us, we've just played solid team defense. I don't know if there's any one thing that you could put it on. You have to make competitive plays. You're going to be in some one-on-one situations that you have to make competitive plays down the field. That'll be important again in this game.
Hoskins was on the senior day last Saturday. Does that say anything about his 6-year chances?
Well, we can't put that appeal in until after the season. So there is no guarantee that will happen. Hopefully it will. If you look at the stipulations for that, he would be a perfect candidate. There should be no reason why he shouldn't get that. But I don't know. I mean, I can't guarantee that until after the season, and he knew that when we had these discussions.
Well, talking about Louisville's offense, is the Waterfield scheme a lot different from what Petrino was running, or is it similar? Or?
Yeah, I think it's different. Yeah, I really do. Both of them do a nice job of setting things up and getting the ball down the field. When Coach Petrino was, rolling and really doing great offensively, there was also great balance like there is now within their offense. And so, there's some things that are similar, but scheme-wise, they're different.
Marty, that year, obviously, all the questions about that defense and that experience and so forth, I think they're up to 22nd now in total defense. The last 5 opponents, all under 300 yards. What are you the most proud of, and the way the defense has progressed during the year?
Yeah, I'm proud of them just playing great team defense. It starts with having an energy about you and a conviction to get to the football and play hard and play tough. And Brad and the assistant coaches have done a really good job of getting them in good position. And then the guys have played exceptionally hard, and they're taking great pride in the way they're playing. So those are some things I'm very proud of.
Mark, I looked this morning, the National Weather Service says there's a 70% chance of rain.
Wow.
Do you guys just expect it to rain now?
It's just, it's been strange. We've won each game, I think, haven't we?
2-1.
2-1. Georgia, that's right. Yep. It is what it is, so I think everybody knows we're going to throw the ball 50 times. So So that may hurt a little bit. So, yeah.
What do you make of bulletin board material? Do you talk to your team about that? Lynn's already, he said there's gonna be a lot of hooting and hollering. He started the hooting.
Well, I think, I didn't hear of Lynn saying anything that would be bulletin board material to, I didn't see that yet or hear about that, but I don't think there's any hiding from a rivalry game, that there's going to be, no problem getting our teams up and excited to play, but it's really about the discipline and the execution. That stuff goes out the window quick. It could hurt you. You want them amped up and ready in their prep, starting today, and tuned in and having a great week of preparation. But generally speaking, the more disciplined team will win. And, we haven't always been perfectly disciplined in playing this group in the past. And so we want to make sure I do a good job of coaching them up and getting them prepared to play. And the talking and the chirping and all that does you really nothing except hurt you at times. We want them excited. We want them amped up and ready to go again with our preparation. Come Saturday, everybody wants to win. Who wants to win today? Sorry, go ahead.
Kentucky Day in the NFL yesterday, right?
Pardon me?
Kentucky Day in the NFL with Benny Snell and Buddy Creek.
Yeah, they had great games. I'm proud of those guys. Actually, just got off the phone with Benny and was talking to him. He was getting some treatment, icing himself down, and sounded very, very good and very positive. So really proud of Benny and Bud and all the guys. Didn't see much, but I know Z probably had another big game. Did he? Did Zadarius play well? Yeah. So it doesn't surprise me.
How do you keep your team focused? With it being Thanksgiving week, emotional game, senior day.
Our team has done a good job with this week in the prep in the past. We have a routine and we'll stick to it. We'll have a normal Monday, a normal Tuesday. We'll have a normal Wednesday. It may be a touch earlier. Those guys will get to sleep in a little bit so the coaches can get off the field. We'll watch some film, and then we have all the players go to the assistant coach's houses on Wednesday night and have a nice family meal, and then Thursday we'll have our regular routine as far as film and walk through, and then we'll have dinner together as a group Thursday after practice here, and then they generally either go to family or friends that are close, and some guys will partner up if they're far away and go to some other folks' house and probably eat another meal Thursday night, and then sleep, and then probably works out good that we have our run through on Friday so we could get them out and run some of that turkey off and stuff in and all that. So we'll have our normal routine on Friday. So our guys have handled it well in the past. I think it's kind of nice for them to have a little bit of school off so that they get to catch up on a little rest. So hopefully that'll help.
You ever see Sawyer get more playing time and Sawyer getting more playing time?
What about him?
Getting more playing
The
time?
fact that we have, it was good. It's always good to get those guys in, get Sawyer some reps, get to, continue to get some of the dust off and get him some game reps, and Walker, again, it was really good to get Walker in the game, and all of our young guys, really good to get, we got a bunch of people in this last game.
How are they looking? So when you look at the film after the game?
They're doing good, doing better, and it doesn't surprise me. We expect them to. So continue to progress and get them ready to go.
In your college days, who was your big rival, and did things change that week?
Yeah, it was Iowa State. Iowa State. It was always a big rivalry for us up there. Probably not for y'all around here, but for us it was good, and I can't remember things changing too much. Like I said, I think that'll get talked about a lot this week, but really we got to remain focused, and we have to be disciplined. With the everybody's going to want to win, and but how you handle your emotions and execute, that's what's going to come down to.
Were you getting trash talked?
No, not really. Yeah. No. Come on, I'm going to play it tight to the vest here. Go ahead, John.
Mark, you talked about Jared earlier and JJ last week. It seemed like it was important for both those guys to keep one of these games.
Yeah.
Just what are the challenges for two Louisville natives, young guys playing this game for the first time?
Yeah, I think, I know they'll be excited, but, they're excited each opportunity they have to play in games. And when they're dialed in, again, I really like this rule You know, I think it's been really helpful to the players and really for us as well, because we get thin and we need some help on certain games for you know, some backups that are game ready. And the fact that they've progressed through the year, I think, is a direct reflection to this rule and what it's meant for. So they'll both be ready to play and excited about the opportunity.
Mark, was Xavier Peters available last Saturday?
He was, yeah.
How did he play?
He did not.
Mark, we appreciate your clarification of the Florida State situation the other night. Personally, I would think your phone would be ringing off the hook. Have you talked to any other programs?
No, I don't want to get into any specifics about anything like that, and I don't want to open up, you know, speculation and things for the future. I mean, I just don't think it's appropriate. I was pretty clear on, you know, I'm really intent on being here and building this program, and we have unfinished business, and I'm excited about the future. So that was pretty clear.
Yeah, I know you don't pay attention to social media, but at least this week the fan base does want you to stay here. So.
Well, I appreciate that. Thank you. Keep me updated. Yeah.
It feels like there's more turbulence between the fan bases now. Both teams are right around 6-7 wins. Does it feel like there's more juice to you in this game too, or is this just?
Well, I think it's good that both teams are you know, in a good position. And, you know, that hasn't always been the case, you know, even with us. I mean, we've played them, you know, good at times and not so well at times. And, you know, it was about us elevating our program and getting better each and every year. And that's my focus is our program and getting it better. And, you know, I know Coach Satterfield is the same way, and he has them playing much better than they did a year ago. That's for sure. There's no denying that. So, you know, it's nice to see both programs in good position and doing things and trying to do things right in all areas in developing our program.
Well, bowl eligible, fourth consecutive year, second time Kentucky's had 4 consecutive years of that. Do you feel that there's any less pressure, any less stress now that you're all bowl eligible? You can relax just a little bit?
I don't, no, we don't look at it like that. You know, we really don't. You know, with these opportunities, you know, with us, you get 12 guaranteed opportunities, and they're all pretty big, especially against a rival. So there's a lot at stake, and we're excited about the opportunity.
About knocking down an unfinished business next year, being bowl eligible, 5 consecutive years, which would be first in Kentucky's history. A little bit early, but have you thought about that at all?
I didn't even know. I didn't know until you just brought it up. So not even thinking about that. You know, is it important for me to continue to build this program? I think we all know that, and that's why I'm excited about being here and doing that and continuing to grow the program in all areas, and that motivates me.
Everybody good?
Thank you.
Those of you that cover us daily,